morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to a Saturday edition of Choppin It Up with Ramel. No notes, straight from the throat. Listen, last night officially ended my bracket. As you have been following the show, you know I was riding Alonzo Ball wave, and I had UCLA over Villanova in the finals. And that's not going to happen after last night's impressive win by Kentucky, who avenged the loss in December to the same UCLA team. What a game it was. This game was better than any D-League game I've ever watched. This game had the hype. It had it all. In the first half, it was must-see TV, and Kentucky found a way to not only put the pedal to the metal, but they were able to also, at one point, put it on cruise control. What a game. Calipari did an excellent job preparing his guys for the moment, and their guys did not disappoint. I'm going to go on record and say that I believe UCLA is the better team than Kentucky. Kentucky was led by two freshmen that have been top 7 picks all year long on all mock drafts. And let me tell you something. They did not disappoint. Last night I should say, De'Aaron Fox was the high scorer. He led the Kentucky Wildcats with 39 points. Malik Monk, he got a late start to the game in the first half, but when he got going in the second half, lights out. He finished with 21. De'Aaron Fox, to me personally, and I forgot who said it while I was watching the game, and they couldn't have said it any better, and I agree with them. He took it personally. He took it personally that all the hype was being surrounded by the freshman player of the year, Alonzo Ball. He took it personally that these guys had already beat them. They had beaten Kentucky in an overtime game. He took it personal. So when they met last night, you could see it in his eyes from the start. He was not going to be denied. And from the start to finish, until he was removed from the game, this guy was relentless. He was coming at you somewhat like a Westbrook, somewhat like an Iverson. He did not let up the whole game. And because of his tenacity and his aggressiveness, it led to Malik Monk taking his time to get started. And once he got started, it was a wrap. It was a wrap. I have to give a lot of credit to those freshmen. They came out there and they took it personal. They took it personal and they took it to Ball and they took it to UCLA and they took it with a win. And to me, that's how you play the game. You don't let nothing get in your head. If anything, you let it fuel you and you just go and do what you do and you do what you do best. And that's what De'Aaron Fox did, and that's what Malik Monk did. As for UCLA, I put this loss on Ball. Listen, if he's the number 1 pick in the draft, I understand. If you want to tell me he's the best freshman in college, I understand. But last night, he didn't show me or the rest of the world that was watching if he has another gear. In a game like this, you have to take it personal. Listen, you're the ultimate floor general. But what I seen last night was, instead of the comparisons of being Jason Kidd with a better offensive game, as his father would say, he's as good as Steph Curry or better. What I saw was a Michael Conley Jr. Now, that's the highest paid player in the game, but that's not the best player in the game. That's the highest paid player in the game, but that's not somebody who's won championships or somebody who will win championships. In a game like this, we needed a stat line for Monk to be 20 and 10. 20 and 10. I mean, his counterpart, who he was guarding half the game, had 39 points. 39 points to his 10. Yeah, he had 10 and 8 assists. But the 8 assists didn't mean nothing. He needed 20 and 8, 20 and 10. He needed to find a way to keep up with De'Aaron Fox. Listen, if he has 20 and 10, they win the game. Because with him not being as aggressive, De'Aaron Fox was cruising on defense. He didn't spend no energy on the defensive end. This is on Lonzo Ball. To me, he didn't show up to the game. Yeah, I saw him out there, but he didn't show up to the game. He didn't match the intensity that these young men was playing with. De'Aaron Fox, especially. I really personally think that De'Aaron Fox threw out the playbook and just said, I'm playing this guy one-on-one like we back home on the block. Because that's how he played. He played one way, hard, to the basket. That was it. He was doing layups, floaters, you name it. And UCLA, collectively, as a team, did not have an answer for him. Nor did they have an answer on offense. Sure, TJ Leaf, who I like, and I think he's an athletic Kevin Love, he finished with 17. Hamilton, he finished with 17. Again, Ball, stat line, 10 points, 8 assists. Not enough. In this kind of game, not enough. This was a Sweet 16 game that could have been easily the championship game. I must say, I'm not a UCLA fan, but I was riding the wave of Ball. I'm a Syracuse Orange. I thought that Ball was going to be special and lead this team. If I was a UCLA fan, I'd be highly disappointed in my guy, or our guy, Lonzo Ball. This was definitely not the last game of your college career. This is not how you want it to end. Very disappointing. To me, a game like this, especially against other players that are entering the draft as well, could drop you in the draft. Because what I've saw from Ball is that, yes, he has all the tools. Yes, he has all the ability. But all I saw is that Ball is just a good floor leader. And when you're winning, he's not going to let you lose. But what I didn't see is someone who can deal with adversity and maybe overcome it and make a game of it. I don't know if he checked out some point in this game, but at the end of the day, this one's on Ball, if you ask me. I know it's hard to put on a freshman, but he did have all the hype. He had everybody coming to see him first and foremost. Yeah, they came to look at Fox and Monk, sure, but they came to see him. I would imagine there were probably more scouts at this game. I would imagine more scouts was at this game than possibly a championship matchup. Just unbelievable. Unbelievable that UCLA and Ball, to me, was a letdown. This was the game that everybody got the goodie bags together. I know I did. I was excited. I was excited to watch this game. And the first half was all that. It ended 36-33. And then Monk got started as Fox continued his hotness. I mean, didn't need nobody else. But Ball never got going in the second half. And this one was a wrap, and it was early. It was over early. Over early. Very disappointing loss for UCLA. And a very disappointing game. I would say even more disappointing game for Lonzo Ball, as this perhaps is his final game I believe I read this morning already. He's headed for the draft. No surprise, but very disappointing. Doesn't mean that whoever drafts him is not getting a great player. I do think this guy has a bright future, but I need to see another gear. I need to see another gear. When you're facing a head-on, you take the challenge. I need you to step up. I didn't see it last night. I did see it last night. Very, 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 very disappointing. Let's move right along. North Carolina. What can I tell you? Shout out to my guy Roderick. He once posted on one of my sites. He said, "What about North Carolina?" I thought North Carolina would do just what they're doing, but I thought they would lose the next game to UCLA. But what a matchup we're going to have on Sunday between Kentucky and North Carolina. That's going to be a great matchup. Again, we're going to see some players that's going to be featured in the lottery. You got Justin Jackson, you got Fox, you got Monk. Matter of fact, last night, the Tar Heels was led by Joel Berry II. He had 26. Justin Jackson, he had 24. He was all over the place. In fact, I believe Justin Jackson, the small forward / power forward, led the team in assists. Just a tremendous effort by North Carolina as they win yesterday. Actually, it was rather easy as they beat Butler. Butler was really no match for them. Really no match. And when you talk about some of the great coaches, when you think of North Carolina, you think of Dean Smith. And rightfully so. Don't get me wrong. Rightfully so. You think of Dean Smith. But is it possible that Roy Williams could surpass Dean Smith as the best college coach in Tar Heel history? Because what he is doing with these Tar Heels, it's amazing. His track record is fantastic. It's fantastic. And North Carolina, last night, the way they played and cruised past Baylor, they look poised to make a run to the Final Four. Yeah, Kentucky stands in their way. And if the Fox that I saw last night and the Monk that I saw last night, if they show up Sunday the way they showed up last night, not only is this going to be a great game, this is going to be a tough one for North Carolina. Yes, it will be. It will be a tough one for them. It'll be a tough one. But what a matchup we're going to see. Once again, Roy Williams, one of the great coaches of college basketball, college history. He's got his guys in familiar territory. Final Elite Eight. Should be an outstanding game. I got to say this. I thought Calipari was a better recruiter than a head coach. And I didn't think he did as much coaching. But after watching last night, I still think he's a better recruiter than head coach. But he coached his tail off last night. He really did. He gave us, he prepared his guys. He put the blueprint out there, and these guys execute. I still think De'Aaron Fox threw the playbook out the window and just took it personal and said, I'm going to get on my back. And that might have been the game plan. Calipari might have said, De'Aaron Fox, this is your night to show that you should be a top 3 draft, top 3 lottery pick. You go out there, we ride your wave. Guys, this is what I want you to do. But Fox, the ball's in your hand. That might have been a game plan. Because quite honestly, that's what it looked like. So that's going to be a great game coming up on Sunday with Kentucky and North Carolina. I don't have a dog in the race. I'm going to sit back and watch it. Because of a few friends that I know that's going to root for North Carolina, I'll probably root with them. But for the most part, I'm just going to sit back and enjoy it. Get my goodies together and just sit there and watch a classic. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah. South Carolina. We talk about Xavier having a Cinderella role. South Carolina, led by Thornwell. Another big night for him, 24 points. They are just bullying their way through the tournament. They're just bringing that street ball mentality, something that these teams are not used to seeing, and they're just rolling. And when I say roll, they are just rolling. They're coming in there as an underdog. They've never been to the Sweet 16. They're in territory that they've never been in before. There's no video on them. South Carolina is really known for their football team, and now they got a basketball team that's playing like they on the Rucker playground. And here's what happens: they can't be beat. They simply can't be beat. They dominated yesterday and destroyed Butler with a balanced attack. Just unbelievable. Unbelievable. 3 of the 4 starters in double figures. Thornwell with 24, the leadoff scorer. Just unbelievable. I don't know what to say. I don't know these guys. I've seen the head coach before. I thought he coached another team. I think I remember him at Kansas State. I read up on him. He has a familiar face. I believe I seen him at Kansas State. But I don't know anything about this team. I can't even speak about it. All I know, they're bullying their way through the tournament, and it's working right now. And you know what? We're going to look up, and these guys just might be in the Final Four. With no video, no coverage on these guys. Who are these players? Are they all from South Carolina? I don't know enough about them. But I know that they're bringing it each and every night they step on the court. Yes, they're bringing it. Matter of fact, they have to play a familiar opponent in Florida on Sunday. So the SEC meets each other. How about that? The SEC. So the SEC will have a Final Four team along with the possibility of Kentucky going as well. So right now we know for sure that there will be one SEC in the Final Four with a possibility of 2. But South Carolina continues their hot ways, their winning ways, and they just bully their way to the Elite Eight. Moving right along. I didn't get a chance to see it. I had a chance to read about it. What a game between Wisconsin and Florida. You can't ask for anything better than a buzzer beater in overtime from 3 from Chris Chiazza to win by 1. I didn't see the play. I don't know how much time on the clock. I can't speak on the play. But when you're down by 2, do you need the 3 or do you go for the win? I don't know what the play was, but nevertheless, Chris Chiazza hits the biggest shot of his life as Florida advances to the Elite Eight with a win over Wisconsin, who was led by their starters. All their starters was in double figures, led by Nigel Hayes and Ethan Happ. They had respectively over 20 points apiece. But it was Kevon. What's his name? Kevon Reed? Kevon Reed with 35 points. Who is this guy? I don't know enough about Florida. I know that under the Billy Donovan era, Florida won 2 championships and sent a whole lot of people to the league. But what a win by this Florida Gators team as they came up big in overtime. As I said, Chris Chiazza with the game-winning shot at the buzzer for 3 to propel them with the victory, and they move on. What a great night of basketball last night in the college ranks. The NCAA tournament has not disappointed this weekend. Between Thursdays and Friday night's game, they were great games. Sure, there was a couple of blowouts last night. That's to be expected. But with the hypes around Kentucky and UCLA, that didn't disappoint. And then they closed it out last night with Florida beating Wisconsin. And Wisconsin team, let me tell you something. This team has been knocking on the door. They've gone this route several times now. Just can't get it done. But Florida, they advances. And today and tomorrow, we're set up for some great games as the Elite Eight is upon us. Just like that, after tomorrow, we'll be looking at the Final Four next week. It happens that quick, folks. That quick. It's quickly. Don't wait on nobody. Doesn't wait on nobody. I'm about to close, but before I do, I would be remiss not to mention this. I don't care if it was in a losing effort, but what a night for the former Kentucky player, Devin Booker. The youngster looks like he's still going to... Wait, first of all, I don't even know if he can buy alcohol. That's how young he looks. That's how young he may be. But what a game as he goes into the TD Garden in Boston, taking on the high-flying Isaiah Thomas and the crew. They lose 130 to 120, but this guy gets a standing ovation from the opposing crowd as he was just undeniable. Brad Stevens said, we tried this, we tried that person, we tried. And let me tell you something. Avery Bradley, no slouch of a defender. Jay Crowder, no slouch of a defender. Marcus Smart, no slouch of a defender. But the babyface assassin put up 70 points last night in a losing effort. Listen, I don't care if you win or lose. 70 points is 70 points. Kudos to the youngster Devin Booker, whose future just got a little brighter. 70 points. It's the 11th time that an NBA player has it's the 11th time that a player scored 70 points or more in a game. What a game. And he only had 4 3-pointers. Think about that for a second. So it wasn't like he was bombing away. The mid-range was there. 70 points. Outstanding for the young man. Outstanding. I'm going to tell you something. They're in a perfect position to draft the kid Josh Jackson out of Kansas. If they can put him at the 3 and him at the 2 and continue to rotate Bledsoe and Brandon Knight. And then they got that young kid. Oh, I can't think of his name. But they're brewing something slowly but surely over there. I would say give them 3 years. If they pick up Josh Jackson, I give them 3 years. And they'll be in the thick of things. Yes. That's what they need. They need a wing, a 3. But outstanding game from Devin Booker. Listen, that's going to do it for my show. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Once again, you can follow me on YouTube, Troy Ramel Royal. Please follow me. Subscribe to me. Hey, much love to you all. Peace and blessings. I'll see you in 24. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of the games. Be blessed. Be strong. Peace. I see you guys in 24.
Choppin' it up around now. Choppin' it up around now. Choppin' it up around now. No notes, straight from the throat. Choppin' it up around now. Chop.